Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. What are the most challenging placements in the horoscope? What are the placements that can create huge challenges, huge upheavals and bring about untold miseries to a person? And are there any absolute rules to these? Because many times we are told that for example, an exalted planet can give very good results. But in so many horoscopes, chart after chart, we see that it is not the case always. A good conjunction like Gajkesari Yoga can give very good results. Yogas such as the Sunafa Yoga, the Lakshmi Yoga, the Anafa Yoga also give very good results according to various texts in astrology. Then why is it that these yogas sometimes don't click? Are these absolute rules? And if there are, what are those rules which can tell us that more or less if this is the placement that you have, then such and such a result is almost guaranteed, or more than 90% of the time if you have this placement in your horoscope, then this can come about. So I wanted to share with you basis the questions which are posed to me, what are the most challenging placements and upheaval bringing placements in the horoscope, and this is more for a study point of view so that one can read into these and for guidance. I feel usually people who seek astrological guidance are either people who themselves are students who want to learn more, who are interested in astrology, or those who are seeking a spiritual learning, they are not looking for anything else. And the third kind of person is the person who is actually facing some challenges and wants some respite, some hope from somewhere, even if through astrology, even if through her own horoscope. So if people are most of the time utilize astrology because they have questions around their life, their children, their learning, or facing upheavals, then it is important to know about where to be more careful about and about the more challenging placements. Good placements will anyways give you good results even if there is some effort from your part. So effort is needed. Without effort, no results will come about. But it is the challenging placements that you would want to be aware of so that you can prevent those, so that you can do something about them. Now, challenging placements for one may not be the challenging placements for somebody else. For example, a person who is looking for spiritual ascendance will not be so much worried about the material aspects. And so at a spiritual level, the questions would be, I want to attain such and such a state, spiritual state. I am finding issues. I don't have the mental peace. I don't have the bliss, the mental bliss that I'm looking at. I'm not able to focus on meditation. What could it be? So for such a person, for a spiritual person, the challenges are about his or her spirituality, about his or her higher ascendance. For somebody else, the challenge could be about health. The person may feel that I have money, I have family, I have name and fame, but my health is so bad, I am not able to cope, and that is my biggest challenge. For somebody else, the biggest challenge could be children, where they have their own good placements in society, they have made money, materialistically also they are good, however they face their biggest problems from their children. And the native feels that what is the point if my own children are going through these challenges, and my biggest challenge is children. For somebody else, the challenge could be in business, that try as I might, I am not able to do well in business. For somebody else, it could be livelihood. So different people will have different placements about different areas of life that they will find the most challenging. So this is more like a guidance for different areas of your life, what placements could bring you challenging results or challenging probability. I am talking about, say for one area of life, I am talking about one placement, but that is not the only placement which can bring about issues. So there can be more things that you need to look into. So let's start with one of the most challenging placements that people feel creates issues in their lives, creates upheavals in their lives. And this placement is about general decision making. Most of our lives is around decision making, and our choices are also around what decisions we make in our lives. But if decision making is a challenge, we are not able to make the right decisions basis certain folks in life where we need to take this or that, and it is difficult to what to choose, what career to take, or what girl to marry, or what city to move, or whether to do business or do service, and so on and so forth. So decision making, especially when you run into difficult choices, is a challenge. What could be a big hindrance to decision making, and what placements could bring a challenge to that? A shloka in the Hora says, if both Mercury and Moon are afflicted in bad strength, bad aspects and conjunctions, then seldom will such a native be able to demonstrate sharpness of intellect and decision making. Mercury is the planet of analysis and will give you the analytical ability, and will also give you the sharpness, the cleverness, and also the tact. And Moon is the planet which is both the manas, the mind, and the heart, the emotions. So if Moon is very strong, then both at an emotional level and at the thinking level, you will be more balanced, you will be emotionally stable, you will be emotionally intelligent. But if both Mercury and Moon are in a tough placement, for example, if both of them are eclipsed by a Rahu or a Ketu, or both of them are combusted, and both of them are in a debilitation sign with malefics placed with them or aspecting them, then obviously such a person will face challenges all his life about decision making. Jupiter is the planet which will help you to make a wise decision, but the analytical ability to know from a practical point of view what is the data telling you and what is the inference drawing out for you will be given by Mercury. Jupiter will only help you make the wise choice, but ultimately the decision will be taken by the mind, keeping in mind both, or keeping in line both the practical and the emotional side. Jupiter becomes helpless in giving the ability to make a right decision, especially if Mercury and Moon both are in a tough placement, combusted or debilitated, and with malefics placed with them and aspecting them. The more challenging the situation about Mercury and Moon, the more tough the decision making will be, and you will find that most of your decisions in your life will go wrong. So now this is the guidance. If you are facing big challenges in your life about decision making, and if you feel that most of your decisions go somewhere or the other south, or go wrong, or don't give you the right output, then definitely you need to look into how strongly and well placed your Mercury and Moon are. Cater to that also the placement of the Lagna Lord. The Lagna Lord will also be helpful in decision making, because the Lagna is also about the mind. So if decision making is a problem and all your life the biggest challenge for you has been decision making, then Mercury and Moon primarily, added to that the placement of the Lagna Lord, will tell you whether if that is the biggest challenge in your life, and if that is the area of concern for you or can be. Then the other challenge for a lot of people, especially for those who are below 30, this is around studies. For students or those people who are seeking higher degrees, generally most of the time, by the time you reach 30, you will have settled down in terms of your learning. You will have taken even higher degrees like MBA or PhDs. Generally we would finish by 30. Some people would go into 40s, and some of them may even go further, where they want to add more, qualifications and more learning to their kitty. What could be the challenge in terms of learning ability? Let's look at a shloka where it talks specifically about the challenge to learning. If Jupiter and Moon are both debilitated or badly affected, then studies and learning ability of a person will definitely not be of a very high order. So when learning comes, three planets are all very, very important. Jupiter and Moon definitely, because Jupiter gives you the expansion and the learning ability, being the planet which rules the 9th house of learning, being the harbinger of the teacher, the guru. So if you want to be very good in any area of studies or higher learning about any subject, if your Jupiter is weak, then in that area you will not be able to get higher learning. That means without a strong Jupiter, very high level of learning, even spiritual learning, theological learning may be difficult for you. Why the moon is mentioned here? Because eventually the moon will decide whether you have the focus to be able to take in the learning and absorb it or not. Otherwise, what would happen? Jupiter will give you the high learning, but you will be not able to, you will struggle to get the high learning, and moon is not able to focus. Your level of concentration comes from your ability to focus, and that comes from your moon. If moon is very weak, then you can't focus, you can't imbibe, and you can't make your choices. Mercury is also a very critical planet where learning comes in, but that is more to understand at an analytical level, to have the sharpness to understand knowledge, to understand what it means and to use it for practical means also. And so Jupiter and Moon will give you the ability to learn, to absorb, to focus, whereas Mercury will give you the analytical ability to understand the subject more closer and to imbibe it more tactfully and at a practical level. However, Mercury will not always be related to learning, because a lot of spiritual information Mercury may not be related to. There Jupiter and Moon are the primary planets, and hence at a worldly level, when you want to have educational qualification, Mercury is very, very important. Whereas if you are talking about a generic learning about any subject, about any topic, whether materialistic, qualification wise or spiritual learning, Jupiter and Moon are important and very critical. So if these planets are in a tough placement, combusted, debilitated or under a bad aspect or conjuncted with a malefic, then especially with say Jupiter's place with Saturn and Ketu, then such a placement will really make it tough for people to get high learning and to be able to absorb them and utilize the learning in life. Then about our relationships. If we don't have a person who is a good partner to us, understands us, stands by us, comforts us, loves us, or cares for us, then obviously life, there is something very important which is missing in our lives. It is not always that you can get happiness only by getting married, or that a life partner is absolutely needed. There are many people who can also survive with and do okay without being with a partner. However, it is a different ball game altogether when you are with somebody who really loves you and cares for you, and you are in a committed relationship with them for a long time. That is seen through how your relationship status can really come through by strong planetary placements which the horoscope gives. Now there is no guarantee that strong placement always means good relationship. However, the challenging placements will always give you sure short challenges or upheavals which may come by you in your life. If 7th house is badly afflicted and Lord of the 7th not placed well with no positive aspects, then surely marital life will not be very good, problems will be seen. So if the 7th house has bad aspects on it, malefics are placed on it, and the 7th Lord is also combusted or debilitated, then there is almost a short sign of issues and challenges in your relationships, in your partnerships. On top of it, if the Karaka of the relationship, for women Jupiter and for men Venus, if that is also in a tough spot, combusted or debilitated or conjunct with malefics, then life can surely throw a spanner in your relationships, and hence the combined effect of these three are important. For men, the condition of the dignity of the 7th house, the dignity of the 7th Lord and Venus, whereas for women, the dignity and situation and placement of the 7th Lord as well as the 7th house and as well as Jupiter. If these three are weak, are badly conjuncted, badly aspected, then surely for men on women, relationships can be a huge challenge, a big challenge for you, as well as partnerships. Now health is critical and important for us, and if everything we have, if health is very bad, then you can't enjoy mental peace, you can't enjoy good intimacy in relationship, you may not be able to enjoy to go out to eat the food that you want. You may be incapacitated. Even if you are able to walk and talk, you may still be incapacitated, where lots of joys of life you may not be able to enjoy in spite of having a good spouse, wealth, everything. So health is critical. So what is the placement which will throw the biggest challenges to us in terms of our health? If the ascendant, the 6th house and 12th house are badly afflicted with no positive aspects on them, then health will suffer from time to time and sometimes with severity. The ascendant, the Lagna, is most important in terms of what our health can bring about and whether it will throw challenges at us. So if the Lagna is strongly afflicted, then amongst other things like our reputation in society, our confidence, our energy levels, as well as our health can be under duress. If 6th house is also afflicted with more than 2 malefics, same thing with the 12th house, which is that of hospitals, whereas the 6th house is that of sickness. And if any of those lords also forms a relationship with the Lagna, then with almost all security one can say there will be challenges in the person's health, because the 6th house of sickness, the 12th house of hospitals, seclusion, being alone, which happens when you are in a hospital, and your Lagna getting afflicted, then surely health challenges can be seen, especially if there are no positive aspects either on the 6th house or the Lagna. Now a generic placement for you in terms of when a planet gets combusted or debilitated, then what house they rule, what sign they rule, what challenges can be thrown up for such natives. A debilitated and or combust planet with no positive conjunction or aspects will cause trouble during its dasha and at the house which it lords. So any planet which is combusted and debilitated, especially if there are no positive aspects on it or the house that it rules, then it will throw challenges during its dasha and antardasha. More so if a malefic is placed in the house that it rules, or a malefic is placed with it, even through aspect, then such a planet and what house it rules, which sign it rules, will definitely throw challenges during its dasha and antardasha. All round generic placement for you which concerns the Lagna Lord and two important planets, or one of the more important planets, which is the Soul, Sun and Jupiter. If all three, the Lagna Lord and Sun and Jupiter, are in bad shape or afflicted or badly aspected, rarely will one see stupendous results from such a native from his own ability. So if somebody has to be a self-made person, wants to do very well in life and wants to be successful, if all three of these are afflicted in the horoscope, then very seldom can a person make a mark for himself, can be a stupendous success for himself and can achieve huge growth, huge abundance, huge prosperity, name, fame and reputation. And whatever, if at all the person gets, will be either be blessed or because of his karma and not because of his own effort and his own luck that he makes. It will generally be given to him. But if the person has to strive and to do well on his own and to be self-made and to enjoy success, then these three are critical. The Lagna Lord, the Sun and Jupiter are absolutely critical for huge growth and huge success in one's life. And now, which planet will give you the most unusual results, the most unexpected results, the most unique and unusual results that one can face, and definitely not to the expectation, and that can sometimes be a challenge. And that is none other than Rahu. Rahu's placement in the horoscope and in the sign that it is placed in, especially when it is alone and with no positive aspects on it, will give you some unusual tendencies about the house that it is placed in. In that way, Rahu is a very radical planet. So Rahu left alone with no positive aspects, no influence on it at all, will give you very unusual tendencies about the house. Rahu in the 5th house, for example, I have seen many people with Rahu in the 5th house, especially when there are no positive aspects on it, and if the 5th lord is also not strongly placed, then Rahu becomes very strong, and Rahu will either make you unusual about your choices in love, whether you're straight or not, what kind of people you like or love. Your love choices will be unusual. Your choices of what you study could be unusual. The choices of where you make your investments could be unusual. The kind of children you can have can be unusual. Firstly, you may have issues in children because of which you adopt children, or you have children and yet you adopt children. So there will definitely be something unusual about Rahu's placement if Rahu is alone and has no positive aspects on it, no influence on it at all. So that is definitely a tendency that Rahu will give. So now these are generic placement about 4 or 5 areas of life which could bring about huge challenges, huge upheavals to you. The more malefics get involved with these, the challenges will be more. The more negative aspects, the more less the planet is in strength, the more challenges and issues will be thrown up at the individual, especially if there are no positive aspects on it. So take this as a guidance to understand your horoscope, understand your placements, and see what probably are giving you more issues, what area of life you are facing the biggest issues, and then see whether the Lord of the house of the area of life you are facing challenges in, plus the Karaka of the house, and if there are any planets which are placed in it, which kind of energies at a synergic level they are bringing and what result they are giving you. And basis that, look into it, and then you can take a decision of how to face it, how to curtail it, and how to get out of trouble. Friends, if you like this video, please share this and please subscribe to my channel. And if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. And till such a time with some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.